Hear that? If your brush cutter sounds like a sieving machine and has this similar metallic ticking noise, most likely the valve tappet clearance is out of spec. And in this video, we are going to fix the tappet clearance and replace the worn out clutch so that we can restore it to the factory performance. Let's begin.
First we are removing the red top cover, which is mounted with the help of an Allen screw, so it comes off so easy. There it goes. And the next step, we remove the clutch housing as there is some performance issues with this, so I'm replacing the clutch with a better one. So we need to take out these plastic parts and remove these 4 Allen screws, and the clutch housing will be taken apart. This brush cutter wasn't properly maintained, and last time it was serviced at a local shop and they installed a poor quality clutch which caused uneven wear and tear in the housing as well. So we are going to replace it with a better one. Next, let's remove the spark plug. It comes off easy with the provided tool in the toolkit, and there it goes. To adjust the tappet clearance, we need to remove the cylinder head cover, which is secured with the help of these 2 Allen screws. They come off slightly difficult because due to heat and thermal expansion, those screws get really tight, but they are not that difficult to remove. And gently, just like that, lift the tappet head cover and make sure not to damage the gasket. Keep it safe aside. Before adjusting the tappet clearance, we have to keep the engine in top dead center in compression stroke so that both the valves remain closed, and there will be a delta mark given on the cam pulley, a delta sign that should be facing in the top region. That's the indicator here. Once you position the cam pulley as I mentioned, next we have to use the feeler gauge. For here I have taken 0.08 mm for the intake and 0.11 mm for the exhaust valve. But you can follow whatever the manufacturer's recommendation is. The steps are simple. You need to loosen the lock nut, then insert the appropriate feeler gauge in between the valve stem and the tappet, and there should be a slight drag, not too tight nor too loose. There should be just a minimum slight drag between it. It shouldn't get stuck in between, or it shouldn't come too freely. It should be touching and slightly drag. And once you get that fine spot, you need to fasten the lock nut again, and that clearance will be done. And repeat the next with the exhaust port with the respective values. Here the clearance is done, so next I am fastening the lock nut. There it goes. And the same process with the next tappet, but here the values will be different, 0.11 mm. And once it's done, I tighten the lock nut. There was some muck and sludge buildup in these areas, so I gently cleaned with a cotton cloth, removed any debris and particles from the gasket seating area. Otherwise, engine oil may leak from that gap, so ensure that region is clean and the gasket is properly seated in its region. Then carefully place it back into its place, and we will fasten both the Allen screws. Next, let's proceed with the clutch replacement. Here I am using an old school technique called the rope method or the soft piston stop method, as I don't have any SMD tool to grab the flywheel here. If you have, you can use that, else this works well. You need to insert a nylon rope into the cylinder through the spark plug hole, and when the piston reaches the top dead center, there is nowhere to go and it securely locks the flywheel. And you can loosen these two bolts and the old clutch comes off so easily. Make sure you don't lose any of those washers. Those spacers are important, and keep the clutch in proper alignment. So this is the old clutch. It was of some poor material, because of which the power transmission wasn't good, and I bought this from Amazon, the new one. I'm not sure about the quality yet. I'll let you know in the future videos, but it looks good. There are a lot of cheaper alternatives in the market which we can get for 150 bucks to 250 rupees. Always try to get a good quality product, because clutch is the main power transmitting part here. The cheaper it is, and it can damage the other parts and it may wear off quickly. So we will insert the bolts and the spacer washers in between carefully, not to lose them. And we will fasten it the same way, just like we loosened it. We need to carefully remove the nylon rope by slightly moving the piston downwards, and it's taken out. And we will insert the spark plug in its hole, and I put the plug onto it. Don't over tighten the plug, it can damage the seat. So just normal, and put the plug over it. Then I align the clutch housing against the engine and carefully align the 4 bolts in a sequential way, such that they go straight into their threads and don't damage. Finally, we put back the top cover into its place and tighten it with the Allen screw. At first the starting was a bit difficult, because since the fuel had to be calculated.
If you find this video helpful, do consider subscribing and please share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching.